Hey, family. Hey, family. This is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. 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 Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Hello, hello, how are y'all? Hello. Hey, family. This is Steve Copeland, and today is Monday, December the 2nd. You know what? I don't know if it's just me, but do it seem like time is really flying? It just seems like time is flying. I don't know if it's because I'm older now or what, but it seemed like when I was much younger, the time used to appear to stand still. But now that we're older, it's like it's just flying by. So do that means our life is just flying by us like that? Because I don't know. It's like, whew. When I finally woke up today, it was about 12. It was about 12. And when I finally, awakened. And next thing I know, it was 2, it was 3. And I said, I might as well head down to the couch to get ready to do the couch conversation show. The couch conversation show. The couch conversation show. So, I just want to say congratulations to my daughter. She just started a new job today. And last year she graduated with her Bachelor's of Art degree. And her goal is, she said she wanted to take a break till 2025, right? To go back to law school, to go to law school. I'm thinking it's just me because she's working at a law firm as what is that called? A paralegal. I think she's gonna be all right with that. I could be wrong, but I think she's probably gonna be all right with that. You know, because she's kind of shy. She don't have a big mouth like her father. She ain't like me. So she told me she got her own private office. She's not like in a cubicle. She's in an office this time. So she feels a little better, which I am proud of her. But it's the couch conversation show, right? And my whole topic with everything, rather we stay on topic with 4 South. For a lot of y'all that might not understand what I mean when I say 4 South, something happened last year where I was arrested. And I was sent over to Central Booking, and I called it 4 South. I was over 4 South. So I said on Mondays, I'm going to start doing a topic, based around the prison, 4 South. So that's where that came from. But now, keeping it real, my thing is, if y'all want to talk about that, or just talk a little bit about, some of the stuff that's happening, but not just about what's happening, y'all, that's being real destructive with our loved ones and relatives. Not just that. I don't want to just focus on the problem, because no matter what the problem may be, there's always a solution towards the problem. And that's where I'm at with the way I deal with life in general, or the way I do things. So it's not to knock anyone. Um, I know a lot of us have loved ones and relatives that's out there practicing some destructive behaviors that we don't like, we don't care for, and we want them to do better, and that's where I'm at. I like sharing this because January the 26th will make 32 years for me, a day at a time. January the 26th will make 32 years that I have not lived that corrupt way of life. It doesn't matter what y'all think about me this day. I don't rob, I don't steal, I don't take from nobody. The goal is to help you, not hurt you. I just want to make this clear. And because I run off at my mouth about a lot of stuff that a lot of us are afraid to really talk about, and keeping it real, because it does has consequences with it. So my thing is, I'm just trying to get better at, when I do say stuff, not to call out names, because that's one thing I used to do. I will point the finger at you in a moment. But no, I started praying, and I'm like, God, when it's time for me to come back on, start doing the talk show again, it's not for me to point the fingers. Even though we have our First Amendment rights, we can insult people, or let me say me. Once we start pointing the fingers and calling people names, because we don't like the way they handle things or the way they do things. And I'm talking about our local leaders. When I say our local leaders, I'm talking about the polices. And when I say our elected leaders, y'all know who I'm talking about, the politicians, right? So this time I prayed not to come so hard and too direct the way I used to. My heart, my love, my passion for people. If you feeling me, you'll understand where I'm coming from. You might look at me and say, "Oh, he crazy, something wrong with him." Blah blah. Ain't nothing wrong with Steve. Ain't nothing wrong with Steve. It's just, sometimes we have a heck of a way of expressing ourselves. You know, and I've been labeled. I'm telling you, I get all types of labels, and I done heard so much negative stuff towards me from my own people. That's what hurt me the most, because I'm thinking, right, which I was called out of that, right, when I yelled out, "God, please help me," over 31 years ago. I was called into this new way of life. Um, we go through trials and tribulations, I'm going to say experiences, in getting better and what to do and what not to do. But now I was upstairs and I was thinking about freedom versus prison. I'm gonna say that again in case it flew over somebody's head. Freedom versus prison. Now, for a lot of y'all, I'm on home monitor. Now, I do transitional housing where I help our homeless people, individuals and families, put their lives back together. You come into my housing program. The goal is to help you turn the quality, change the quality of your thinking, of your life. You know, when you leave the housing program, it's to put you in. It's temporary officers, not permanent. The goal is to fix it where you do the necessary work on yourself to be able to get into a permanent low income housing. If you want to say like take up a apprenticeship program, a workforce development program. I'm talking about like nursing. I don't know about the doctor in there. You might can do that too, because you know it's grant monies out there for a lot of this stuff. There's grant money out there that can help you, you know, financially pay for a lot of the services that you would need. So that's the goal with strengthening the community. And as a result, I became a community organizer. I was looking at the video the other day. I was 55. Now I'm 62. I was like 7 years ago. Well, anyway, that's what I've been doing. I represent the inner city people with this. So any laws they create that tends to destroy the I was getting ready to say working class people, but now the way I'm starting to see some stuff now, y'all, a lot of y'all conservative style living people is becoming the next poor generation of people. And y'all got me lost. The reason why I'm saying is because I'm going there with freedom versus prison. And that's why I shared about having the home monitor on, because I do this. I speak out against the laws that tends to hurt our low to moderate income people. But like I said, I'm beginning to understand that a lot of conservatives are starting to complain more about their living arrangements compared to the people that needs the state and that depends more on the state and the government. And I'm hearing it a lot. They're the new poor people. You're middle class. So anyway, let me finish this up here. Last year, some things happened where I had to call the police out to help me with some clients. Rather than them giving me the proper help that I needed to help them, my clients, the officers just came against me. And I was sharing that with people, and I was telling them what was happening, and they told me sometimes that happens, where they was pointing the fingers more at me like I was the problem. Knew this was my business. These are my 2 temporary housing programs. Knew all of that. But because I do this, I don't back down too easily, I became a problem. When I asked other seasoned officers what was going on, they ran it down to me that it was their training. It's newer polices now, like newer cops, new cadets, right? And it's the way they've been taught now. And those were some of the answers I was getting. You know, where most of your seasoned officers, if you call them out, they know what to do to help you. But these officers kept coming at me rather than helping me. And not only not helping me, but they didn't do my clients any justice either. So as a result of that, I get all these charges against me. 2 police reports that really said I didn't do anything. Never said I touched the person, did nothing to the person. But because I was in the vicinity of what happened, I was there. So I was basically guilty by association. Y'all see how the system play with you. We know you didn't do it. We know you didn't do this. We know you didn't do that. But because you was there, even though you didn't know they was going to do what they did. So basically, even though you knew I didn't do it, you stated I didn't do it, but in your mindset, you're making me do it. And your mindset is like you did it. So that's why I was looking at that freedom versus prison. Now, remember I said I'm on home monitor, but I'm still considered as being in prison, even though I'm home. And I know some of y'all might say, well, at least you home, blah, 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 which is understandable. But when you can't get up and move about and do the things that you used to doing business-wise, what is that? So it's like I lost my abilities, even being on home arrest, to have that freedom to roam and go about and do whatever Steve chooses to do. And I ain't talking about breaking no crimes or breaking the laws. That's why I was looking at it. It's like, but I'm looking at the people. I'm looking at the people. That basically have your freedom, your life in their hands, basically, to tell you what to do, how to do it, when to do it. And waiting for you to make a mistake for guess what? Something you didn't do. But you are guilty. And it's not innocent until proven guilty. That's a freaking lie. That's a freaking lie. It's how people play with words. You are guilty until we can prove you even more guilty, even though you're innocent. That's what they showing me. That's what they showing me. And if you don't understand, it's okay. Because guess what? I didn't understand until it happened to me. Don't even try to figure it out. Don't even try to imagine it, because you're not going to get it until it happened to you. And then you'll turn around and say, oh, I got it now. Now I understand what he was talking about. So in that process of me saying this, I'm looking at the Innocent Project, right? Where you have people that got arrested at a very early young age. They might have spent 20, 30, 40 years in prison for something that they didn't do. That's why you have people like the Innocent Project out there. That's why you have places like, or organizations like the ACLU, which fight for your civil rights, equal rights, and constitutional rights. That's why you have the NAACP out there that's not really standing on their game like they used to. And like I said, I wouldn't have never understood none of this until what happened to me last year. Communities United and other organizations fight to reduce the police budget. I told my director, I said, this time I want to speak up front. Because they feel like the polices are not doing enough to earn what they're earning. And this don't mean everybody, y'all. I'm not speaking for all. I'm not saying every police officer out there is corrupt. That's not what I'm saying. But you do have some great officers out there that really take their jobs to heart. But it's the few that makes the multitude look bad. It's the few. Now I'm in here, right? Wednesday, I got to go to parole and probation. Look at this. For something I didn't do. I call myself, from the way my lawyer was explaining it to me, I did the plea deal, right? The Alfred plea. I already knew it wasn't nothing there. It was just, I was tired. I didn't feel like going through this no more. Let's just go ahead, do this right here, do that right, because let's just move forward. That's what I was looking at. Until I heard the prosecutor saying what she was saying. She knew, just like everybody else knew, the charges was fake, the police report was fake, but it's like, we're going to do something anyway. That's the sad part. That's the sad part. Even though all that proof is right there, that this person is innocent, but in your heart, in your mind, we're going to nail them to something anyway. My thing is, how can you live your life like that? Now, let's go here. What makes you think, Miss Prosecutor, that you are any different than any criminal out on the street? When you gotta create stuff to make somebody's life a living hell, you're no different. You're no different. You used to be a defense attorney. Then you became a prosecutor. But the thing is, you know a person is innocent, but you're going to play with whatever you can play with to make them out to be guilty. And be honest, I wished I never seen it. Because this the type of stuff I talk about compared to a lot of y'all that's quick to do this right here. Turn your head the other way. And you all right with it. And you all right with it. And then you'll get mad with somebody like me that has the courage and the confidence to speak up on certain things, knowing it can be real unhealthy for me. I'm like a lot of y'all too. I want to shut my mouth. I want to talk about everything else than what's really going on. Y'all think I don't see that? Y'all think I don't recognize that? When you sit back, you got grandkids out there, you got nieces, you got nephews, you got sons, you got daughters out there, and you know that they're being destructive, right? But you'll turn around and look the other way. But soon something happened to them. You want everybody to understand how great of a person they really was. It's a lot of programs out here, y'all. In each city, it's the same way you have a lot of destruction going on. You have a lot of programs and businesses that's doing the best they can to build back up in the communities. How I know that? As a community organizer, as a community outreach coordinator, as a community activist. I had to go around in the community to see what organizations doing this, what business doing that, to build back up in the community. But if I leave it up to a lot of y'all, I'm the problem. I'm the problem. But the thing is, I just don't want to see other people from the way I grew up. If I can step in and encourage you and motivate you to do better, that's the goal. And I know several people that worked in the community that's not alive today. And one thing I begin to understand about life, I'm 62. I didn't say 26. I didn't say 36. I didn't say 46. I am 62 years old. I don't think I have another 62 years in front of me. So my goal is being the best person I can be when it comes to serving God's people. And I know a lot of people might not even feel that way, and that's fine. That's fine. But do y'all think do y'all think, now I'm home. Thank you. I'm home. But I cannot get up and just run and go wherever I want like I was used to. So if I use these type of words, just understand where I'm coming from. If I say I feel enslaved or I feel in bondage, believe me, when you have a freedom to be able to come and go as you please, I'm gonna go out today. No, I ain't gonna go out today. I'm gonna stay in the house today. I'm gonna chill. Nope, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna just walk around the block. It's a sense of freedom when you can come and go and do as you please in a positive way. I ain't talking about in a destructive way. Because you keep living that corrupt lifestyle, y'all know punishment comes with that. If you did, I mean, it just hit me. Punishment can come with you doing the right things too. But if you live in a defiled lifestyle, punishment comes with that. This is my coffee. I had to get my coffee on. And y'all know my diet Pepsi. So when you hear me burp, that's because of the Pepsi. But it's like that's my hookup. That's my hookup. But keep in mind, y'all, I do this, and I'm talking about with the live stream and stuff, to conversate, you know. I'm on Restream, which I have 8 platforms that I stream to on my Restream. Because I'm not real good with embedding my TikTok yet. I have to do the TikTok from my iPhone. Then I got an iPad that I uses. I have a laptop that I need to, it's like I'm locked in this certain area where I need somebody to know how to do computers to, go in and take me out of there. I want to get a studio where we could do the couch conversation out of. And I'm looking at like a round table for the Teen Talk Show. And just have basically in the same area. It's like you sit here for the couch conversation, and you can turn it for the Teen Talk, And God laid that on my spirit, y'all. He laid it on my spirit. I've been doing it now for several years. A lot of y'all support me. A lot of y'all don't let me know you there, though. It's like y'all don't want to be seen. I don't want nobody to know I know Steve. I don't want nobody to know. Me and Cherie was laughing about that the other day, right? Me, her, and Rodney. We was laughing about that because over the years, man, I know I gave y'all the blues. I know I did. And it wasn't that I was trying to be smart. So if you still harboring that bull junk, that's you. That's you. I already prayed and asked God to, help me change my approach towards, I don't want to just appear, let me say that, so mean and nasty. I'm a loving, caring dude. Now, I'm not going to say I can't be mean and nasty now. Don't get it wrong because I'm human. Do not get it wrong. I'm a Christian man, but I'm human. I tried to be perfect my first years into God turning my life around. Excuse me. Into God turning my life around. No. Not today. That is real stressful. Trying to walk around on this earth, right? And act like nothing outside of you doesn't exist. Man, that's a freaking lie. I'm 62 years old, and I look around, I be like, ooh, she cute, ooh, she fine, ooh. But you can't have it, Steve. See, that's the difference today in certain things. Just like I might want a piece of cake right now. Well, go get a pie. Get that whole pie, probably eat that sucker. I take one slice, next thing I know, it's gone. It's like, what the heck that happened? So don't get the pie. You get me? So certain things I had to learn. Self-control and discipline over the years. I had to learn to tell myself no. I think for 62 years, I think I'm a very handsome man. I think I'm a very handsome man. You can say anything you want to say about me. It's how I feel about Steve. And that's the same way, like, I embrace my girls. My son, I don't know what to say about him, but he cool. But I had to learn to love Steve. And this is all I did with my girls. Like, help them embrace their insides by telling them they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, stuff like that, until they could feel it like, oh, thanks, Dad. Because guess what? I didn't want them to be so quick when somebody else come and say, hey, girl, you fine, is all I'll do is, okay, here, you can have it. I didn't want them to be like that. I wanted them to have confidence in themselves, learn to love themselves, learn to have respect for themselves. Now they doing what they do. They all independent women. They going through their little trials and tribulations, with the boyfriend thing. Some of them, certain ones I call my son-in-law. That's the baby fault. It's real simple. And I'm gonna leave that one alone. But I provide the best life. I provide to me a better life for my children than what my mother was able to give us. So you learn, and one thing I love about it, like I said, January the 26th will be 32 years for me. Time really flies. I'm looking at the time over here, 38 minutes. And my kids didn't see me, doing the things that I used to do. And I thank God they didn't. The reason why I'm saying that, because it was like all after me, it was like that mold was broken. Now I know my family, they might dip and dab, little that. They working, they sociable. We wasn't. We was off the chain. So when I look at their lives compared to our lives, it was like that mold was broken, and I thank God for that. And I pray still a day at a time that they'll never reach back out towards that life, or never reach out towards that life for comfort in the here and now. That's why I try to leave the doors open for mine. So whenever they want to talk to their father, I'm here. If you don't want to talk to me, I'm here when you're ready, But to kind of wing back on that, on what I was saying a little bit, freedom, freedom, freedom versus prison. And I don't know who might really understand what I'm saying. Even though I'm home, I'm not behind bars, bars, bars. I'm not in prison. I still feel like I'm in prison. Yeah, I can go upstairs. I can come downstairs. Yeah, I can go out to the trash. I can go out to the trash in the yard, something like that. But I know I can't go. But so far, some days are better than others. Some days, I'm happy, joyous, and free. And some days I'm like, wow. I done had two females call me with some children looking for a place because I can't move about the way I want. And to go into some houses that some people I know have that right now need furniture and all this type of stuff, it's like I'm stuck. I can make phone calls, and I made a couple of them today. They didn't have the space, but that's why my goal, once again, is to start opening back up my own transitional houses again. It's just lining everything back up, y'all. It's just lining it up. But I'm so used to moving about. That's why I said freedom versus prison. Because even though I'm not behind bars, the physical bars, you get me? To a degree, I still feel trapped. I feel in bondage. I got to call ASAP, let them know I got an appointment with parole and probation on Wednesday. So it's like I got to answer to everybody else now. And be honest with you, if I had done something wrong to deserve what's happening, probably would be more acceptable. I mean, there's nothing else I can do but accept it, right? It is what it is for now. But I'm just trying to watch my timing. See, when I come on my live and I'm able to keep it real and I'm able to talk about certain things, it's a freedom that I feel in here that releases a lot of that tension, that stress. And I know it's other people in worse condition or situations than me. I know that. But see, I can't talk about that. Because I'm not there with that part. I can only share with y'all where I'm at from the way I'm looking at things. And that's not to be unsensitive or insensitive, anything like that. It's just that, we all deal with certain things in our own special way. And I can guarantee you right now, it's a lot of people in the background. Love hearing what I'm saying. Because at least they can sit back and say, dang, I thought I was the only one. Just to help you understand, no, you're not. And it's a lot more here, y'all. It's here. I'm telling you, it's here. I'm like, God dang it. Where you want to try to focus on something more positive. That's why I be sending spiritual inspirations over, not just for me, for other people. And I love y'all. I'm only feeding back to y'all what I want for me. That's all. It's a learning lesson here. It's something here that God want me to see, and God want me to learn from. I have not. Even though with my condition on my right foot, I only had 3 toes. I done had a toe amputated. I done been operated on his feet 3 times within 1 year, twice over to prison, once since I've been home. And I still try to find a way to smile no matter what. And I still try to find a way to help others. And understanding it ain't all about you, Steve. Not all the time. Not all the time. It ain't. Not all the time. But look, I love y'all. Y'all know I'm trying to stick as close as I can to my 45 minutes. To my 45 minutes. Come on at 4, ended at 4:45. I'm trying to stay structured. I love y'all. And I was just looking at freedom versus prison. And please don't take it wrong. I'll take this anytime. Being home, I'll take it anytime. I'll take it anytime. Being home. But it's not as much as behind the bars itself. It's the mental, the emotional state that a lot of us go through too. And I had to read up on stuff like that. You know, being on a home monitor, how it can cause mental and emotional trauma too. That's the only reason why I come on here, y'all, to share my experience, my strengths, and my hopes, to enlighten others, to help you understand you're not the only one that's dealing with certain things. My condition or situation might not be as great as yours, but I understand whatever your situation is, that's your situation and how you deal with it and how you cope with it. And I already know, I don't know who might need to hear whatever I got to say out my mouth. Because I know whenever I speak, I remember one time I wanted everybody to be able to, I wanted to reach everybody. I wanted to reach the multitude. But then I start realizing if you just touch that one person's heart or spirit that God told you to, I may not never know who you is, may not never know who you is, but I know it's at least one person that needs to hear whatever come out of Steve Copeland's mouth. Because I try to share basically from the spirit, my experience, my strengths, and my hopes. I love y'all. Prayfully, Wednesday, 4 o'clock. I'll see y'all Wednesday.